You may know Danny DeVito best as taxi dispatcher Louie De Palma in the TV series Taxi, which earned him a Golden Globe and an Emmy Award. But he's also appeared in numerous films and more recently has made a name for himself as Frank Reynolds in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Despite his frequent appearances in film and TV, Danny DeVito is one of those celebrities who doesn't get much coverage in tabloids. But this doesn't mean his career has been completely without controversy. Join Facts First as we explore every moment Danny DeVito got caught in the middle of controversy. A Turbulent Marriage. In 1971, Danny DeVito was a cast member for The Shrinking Bride, an off-Broadway play. Rhea Perlman attended one of his shows with a friend and happened to meet DeVito during the occasion. Apparently, sparks flew because they moved in together only 2 weeks later. In less than a year, they were married. Throughout their love career, they've had 3 children together, but it wasn't meant to be. The couple called it quits and officially separated in 2017. The unusual part is that they refuse to officially divorce, even though they've long decided to live separate lives. DeVito says they've remained very close throughout and after their separation. Perlman says it's simply because they were married for over 40 years. They grew so close throughout their marriage that they still have a lot in common, not to mention 3 children. Fans of both of them have been vocal in expressing their confusion about the unusual marriage. Apparently, their situation is easy because they still agree on important issues. Taken down by Twitter. Recently, DeVito found himself in hot water for a simple tweet. You may know of the food brand Nabisco, the company behind Oreos, Chips Ahoy, and many other beloved snacks. Nabisco workers went on strike in the U.S. and in the process called for a boycott on the popular Nabisco products that people love so much. They specifically had issues with changes to their work schedules and healthcare plans, with Nabisco proposing 12-hour shifts and even outsourcing jobs to Mexico. DeVito clearly supported this cause because he tweeted out, "No contracts, no snacks," defending the rights of the Nabisco employees. With over 4 million followers on Twitter, DeVito's words carried some weight. Many others supported DeVito and tweeted their support for Nabisco workers. People seem to agree that if Nabisco could enjoy billions of dollars in profits, they could afford to support their workers with fair wages and better working conditions. But shortly following his tweet, DeVito lost the prized blue check mark on his Twitter account. This symbol verifies his identity, and many social media users view it as the ultimate sign of internet legitimacy. A Twitter spokesperson quickly made a statement informing the public that the removal of the blue checkmark was only due to incomplete profile information. In fact, it didn't have anything to do with DeVito's tweet in support of Nabisco workers. But given that DeVito has been on Twitter since 2009, the timing of this incident is a little convenient. DeVito's blue checkmark returned to his account in a few days. Fortunately, the issue of the checkmark removal may have brought more attention to Nabisco employees and inspired many to take action. Racist statements. Danny DeVito didn't hold back when it came to the Oscars diversity controversy. He's always been vocal about the Academy's discrimination, which he says represents America's politics in general, not just the movie industry. He expressed his disappointment by saying the entire country is racist. The actor told the Associated Press at the Sundance Film Festival that actors were discriminated against for their race despite giving great performances in film. DeVito is one of the many titans of the movie industry who has spoken out about the lack of African-American nominees. Again, he says the issue is that the country as a whole is racist, not just those in Hollywood. This was in 2016, and many celebrities, including the likes of Will Smith, vowed to boycott the ceremonies until things improved. Height cast. DeVito stands at just 4 feet 10 inches tall, which makes it difficult to land roles in an industry that favors tall, muscular men. DeVito's stature is due to a condition called multiple epiphyseal dysplasia, which impacts bone growth and restricts his height. It's estimated that 1 in 10,000 people are affected by this condition, but DeVito has turned it into a career advantage. Although his height made him insecure as a child, he had a supportive group of friends and a family that had his back. Eventually, he decided the best way to overcome his insecurity was to develop a bold personality and become an actor. Of course, given his height, he's considerably limited in the roles he can play. Furthermore, DeVito says he doesn't play a good victim, which means he always ends up playing a mean little guy. Luckily, there seems to be a lot of demand for that character. The role of Phil in Hercules was actually written with DeVito in mind, as the character is a stocky satyr who perfectly embodies DeVito's mean little guy. DeVito's stature also made him the perfect candidate for his role as the Penguin in Batman Returns, a character who is said to have been deformed and raised by penguins. So while his lack of height may limit his roles, it also makes him the standout candidate for roles that require a shorter actor. To date, he's appeared in over 140 films and TV shows, won 14 awards with countless other nominations, and has enjoyed a career that's lasted for decades. Turns out being typecast for height might not be so bad for him. DeVito's prom date. The next one is not as controversial as it is cute, but this viral story is worth sharing. A Pennsylvania high school student named Allison took a cardboard cutout of DeVito to her prom. The story made national news, getting coverage on Time magazine, the Associated Press, and more. It wasn't long before news reached DeVito himself, but it was DeVito's co-star on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Rob McElhenney, who hatched the idea for a perfect response. McElhenney made an Instagram post to share it. While Allison took a cardboard cutout of DeVito to prom, DeVito took a cardboard cutout of Allison to Patty's. Patty's, of course, is the famous pub that hosts many episodes of It's Always Sunny. The picture of DeVito has been shared widely online, with one image getting upvoted over 130,000 times on Reddit. After the response went viral, Allison responded to McElhenney's tweet with excitement, being caught totally off guard by the actor's reaction. She later explained her decision in detail on her YouTube channel. In lieu of having an actual person to take to prom, she decided to purchase the DeVito cardboard cutout on Amazon and take it instead. Allison knows DeVito's career well, remembering his roles in Matilda, Hercules, and of course It's Always Sunny. She's a true fan, so it was only natural to take him to the prom with her, even if he was made of cardboard. Her dad must be a fan too because he was in on the joke and participated in the YouTube video. He joked that although DeVito is quite a bit older than Allison, he knows he's a nice man and will treat her respectfully. Allison earned tons of support from internet users, being called adorable and an instant legend. One of her classmates says she was overwhelmed by photographers on her way to prom, who were all snapping pictures of her Hollywood date. The story inspired countless responses, as many people have shared photos of themselves with DeVito cutouts. One person shared their photo of cardboard Danny DeVito looking after their dog, while another posted about how their DeVito cutout accompanies them to work every day. Now it's time to hear from you. Is Danny DeVito too controversial for Hollywood, or has he earned his right to be controversial with his impressive career? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.